Hi, Adam, Coach Smart from National Infield Camps, here to do your video evaluation. Okay, we're going to talk about a little bit about ball hit right at you and what we see here. Okay, so the first thing we notice right away, Adam, number one, you don't get into the baseball. I don't see much of a prep step there. Okay, you want to get in the habit of doing a prep step every single time the ball is being hit to you, rolled to you, whatever. So it becomes second nature to you. Okay, the second thing is how you're holding on to your glove there. See the ball's about 6 feet away from you right now, and I can see this part of your glove right here. And I shouldn't be able to. Your glove should be presented to the ball by now. Okay? On a good note, you know the ball's going to bounce. It's already bouncing right now. But you're going to work from the ground up like we teach. And there's a good look there from a standpoint of your glove. Your left and right arm are in good position right there. Only thing I don't like at this position right here, Adam, is your angle of your back. You look like a catcher right there, kind of sitting back on your haunches. We'd rather see you get your butt up a little bit to flatten your back out, to lower your head, to get closer to the level of the baseball. Okay, you do a good job here. Your hands kind of get let's stay pretty still there. They don't get sucked in too much. Make a nice high glove catch. That's all good right there. I like your throwing action. I like what you do with your feet here. A little crossover. Almost get to the crossover point. You do a good job building up your front side. Okay, so that's all good there. Okay. We're going to look at your ball right at you again. Just to reiterate some things. Again, get that glove presented earlier. Make sure you get your brace step in. Something that's going to separate you when you get in a point in your career, Adam, where you have to compete. Okay, right now you don't have to compete too much because you're probably the best guy in your team or right there in the top 3 or 4 kids, but that's not always going to be the case. Someplace, somewhere, it happens to everybody. It happens to the best players in the world. They got to get someplace where they have to compete. And you want to have something that you can kind of hang your hat on from the standpoint of being able to separate yourself from other players. So that brace step, your pre-pitch preparatory step, all those things will do that. Okay, a great fielding position will help with that matter too. Okay, so I want to show you, this is my son Taylor, plays in college, just got a scholarship at the University of Tennessee in the Southeastern Conference. You're going to see the difference in what he does and what you do. As you'll watch here, Taylor's going to come out, you see the ball being ready to hit to him, and he's going to do his little prep step. You can see his feet are about 1.5 feet wide, 2 feet wide, and he goes right from there to right there. See that move right there? He's widening his base. He's getting more athletic. Now he's able to go left. He's able to go right. Able to go forwards, or do a drop step and go backwards. Okay, you don't want to be flat-footed as the ball crosses the contact point of home plate. Okay, now you're going to see Taylor take a couple strides into the baseball. He gets a little bit sideways to it. That's to ensure that he gets the ball to his left eye. Uses his brace step to slow his body down. And then you're going to see the biggest difference between you and him is where and how he catches the baseball. Okay, his glove is presented nice and early. And why don't you see the angle of his back compared to yours? He's pretty flat. Okay, and having a flat back is going to lower his head, get closer to the baseball, and get closer to the level of the baseball, which we're trying to do. You notice how exaggerated he is on getting his hands out in front and catching the ball out in front. And your clips that we shot of you at camp weren't too bad, but I see in camp sometimes you let the ball get deeper than it should. We got to get away from that. Gotta get your hands out front. It's another thing that will separate you. Is get your hands out farther in front of your body. Okay, now we're going to go ball left. Okay, and there's some good things here and some things we need to work on. Number one, your bare hand goes right to your glove as you go to run, and that's going to eliminate how fast you can run. You probably know you're going to get to this baseball, which is, why you're doing it, but we got to get that bare hand off that glove as you run. You're not going to see too many big leaguers running like that. And we want to teach you how to become, a professional infielder. And to do that, we got to clean up that glove presentation stuff we talked about. Okay, but this is a pretty good job here as far as your approach to this ground ball. I'd like to see your glove open already and presented the baseball by now. It's about 6 feet away. We get that glove open. Okay. You make a nice catch here. Nice high in the glove catch. Nothing wrong with that. You're low enough right there. It looks pretty good. Okay, but right here, Adam, is where you should be throwing the baseball from. You shouldn't raise, that head shouldn't come above that line, maybe just a little bit, to make this throw to second base. Because that second baseman wants an uphill feed. He doesn't want a downhill feed. It's harder for him to make the transfer on a downhill feed compared to an uphill feed. So what you do is rise up, and then you get into your normal throwing action, which is right over the top. Okay. Again, your throwing action itself is great, but in order to play infield, you have to have more than one arm angle to throw from. You can't throw from the same one every time. That will give you a quick exit out the door from the standpoint of infield. Third baseman, shortstop, second baseman all have to be able to throw from different arm angles. A guy to watch next year when you're watching baseball on TV is Adrian Beltre from the Rangers. He's got great sidearm, three-quarter. Then when he goes to do the backhands, he raises his elbow up and throws the out of the baseball. But you can't throw going to your left the same way you throw on a ball hit right at you or a ball to your backhand. So you got to. It's part of why we have you come to camp, Adam, to develop different arm angles, and that's when you need to practice it. Throwing sidearm, throwing three-quarters. Everybody's got to do it in order to chance to play it, at a high level in the infield. Okay, we're going to watch your backhand here. Okay, again, the thing I want to emphasize there is first thing you do is grab that glove again with your bare hand. Still got a hold of it. Still don't have the glove presented to the ball yet. The glove should be open right now, facing the baseball. Open that glove nice and early. There, we finally get it open. When the ball's about 2.5 feet in front of you, and that's too late. Because you're going to find as you get older, Adam, balls are going to be hit differently. They're going to be hit with different kind of spin, top spin, back spin. Some of those balls will run on you, and if you don't have your glove open early enough, that ball can get by you pretty quickly. Each up a little bit. Okay. From a standpoint of getting down low to the ball, we'll watch here at your catch. It's really good. Nice low position. Your right knee is almost touching the ground. So that's a great look right there. Only thing we don't like about this is the fact that this arm looks like it's completely straight. We want that arm to be bent. We want that elbow to have a little bend and a little give to it. Okay, it helps promote that ball to go in the pocket more, or in the web more than the pocket or heel of your glove. But the way we do that is let the ball travel farther. Just let it get a little deeper in your stance. But just overall, it's a pretty good play. Nice catch. Turn throw second. You can see your athleticism right there. Both feet are off the ground as you spin around. That's not an easy thing to do. Like I said, you can play pretty much anywhere you want to. Just a matter how much you want to work. Again, that's a good throwing action, good pitching action, good third base action, based on where that ball was hit to you. Okay, so that's good. No complaints there. Okay, so I want you to watch Taylor. He's going to demonstrate his brace step here. And I just want you to try to develop this. This is something you can do for 4 or 5 minutes every night before you go to bed. Just stand in front of a mirror. That's all it is right there. But it's taking that left foot, raising it off the ground, holding it there for a second before you put it back on the ground. Now you'll see Taylor, he'll take it behind his right foot a little bit before he does it. And that's not necessary. But what I'd like to try to have you do, Adam, is develop your own style. But we don't want you to be a generic infielder where you just come up to the ball, put your glove in the ground, and catch it. I'm not saying that can't work, but again, when you get to a higher levels, coaches are going to look for guys that make it look easy. Okay? And if they look better, if they have a better look than the guy who just, is real generic, they're going to take that guy every time. Okay, because you guys are the director. People judge coaches by what the players do. So they're going to look for a player who might be a little bit more flashy, that can make the plays, to a guy who is not flashy and makes the plays. The guy that's a little flashier is gonna get that job over the other guy. Okay. Again, another thing you'll notice is Taylor's fielding position. It's really good, flat. Great position there with his back. Great position with his hands. Hands are out extended. Left arm is bent. Great glove angle to the ground. All those things that we need to do and get you to do to become the kind of infielder you want to be. Okay, here's a drill for you, Adam, that we'll do at the next camp. It's called a Santana drill. Taylor's going to come flying in, break down, catch a ball, and throw. Okay, so this is a... I'll bring this back a little bit. Oop, a little too far. Another brace step, another fielding position. Okay, so as Taylor comes charging in here, watch him break down, makes little short choppy steps to get his body under control. And in order to get himself stopped, he uses his brace step. Starts putting the brakes on right there. And that left foot comes off the ground, goes behind his right foot, and then down into his position to catch the baseball. Okay, and it's a very fine line between being flashy and not making the plays, and being flashy and making the plays. One of the reasons why Taylor's going to Tennessee and playing at a high level is because he can do both. Okay, those guys stick out. Those guys stick out. So you want to get yourself in a point where you can do those kind of things and stick out. Okay, but you're doing the right things. You're coming to camp. Make sure you're getting your work in between camps. Hopefully you'll get a chance to play up there in the infield for the Seattle Select. If not, you know where you can play next year, and I'll give you a chance to play there. Okay, bud. I'll get this to you. This will be on the YouTube. I'll send your mom a link, and you guys can watch it on YouTube. I'll keep it up there for about 2 months for you. Adam, good job, bud. See you next time. Bye-bye.